Well, we're back to the saucer again. This has to be the final episode of this. I have to get this thing sorted. Hi guys, Ralph here. The Enterprise D build, still stuck on the shorts. Now, I've got a few, the star drive section is all done. That's perfectly fine. I've got one little mod left to do on that, thanks to Dan from DMU. Chris Downs mentioned to me, he's been speaking to me quite a bit about all this, so he's doing the build as well, but I'm kind of a little bit in front of him. There's two things I think is wrong with this, or, well, one of two things. The first one, Chris sent me a picture. It's from myenterprised.com, and it does mention one of these three boards inside here, which he's found that there was a problem. One of the boards, and there's a part where you put the screw in and it shorts out to here. I remember that yonks ago, absolutely ages ago, and we did kind of do that as an issue. However, I'm thinking maybe with the weight, with this bolted to the neck and the weight of this coming forward, it might just be twisting the skeleton part inside here, just that little bit enough just to short that out. So I might have to take this section off and hope, really hope, that this is the part that comes off. To actually get to the other saucer part underneath, well, the circuit board underneath here, I'll have to take absolutely everything off. The second fault that might be not that is right about here. Now, we knew that the landing, the formation lights on the back of here didn't work. However, if you look carefully enough, that one is way too close, and I think probably nipping. And if that's nipping in, either I might just remove these completely, because they're not actually on anything. They were on when the saucer was detached and started generations. This isn't the generations model. So hopefully that it might just be that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to faff around to see if that is the problem, and then do the other side and make sure that's not nipping as well, which I don't think is anywhere near. And then, yeah, because that part has got to go where the light is. Well, yeah, that way, because this has been fully removed, and I've damaged some of these screw covers, but I can dab over with some paint after I finish anyway. So if these are short into the framework, maybe. I mean, the line there's to the far side, this is round, so I do actually think that actually is nipping into it. There is a little bit of, because it's this side I think's doing it. There's a scratch on there, or is that actually just a bad piece of metal? That's a gap. Okay. That's a bad mould. That's lumped over, and that isn't. So that could be shorting it out. Yeah, I can get my tweezers inside that. Tweezers. So it could be that is just shorting out, and that's why the ring lights don't do anything, because they're both attached to the flasher part circuit on one of the boards. So I need to repair that, if it's not, because it does actually work, repair that, put back together, put onto the star drive and see if it works. If it isn't, it is definitely the board. Now I might actually, because this is going to be a quick jump from here to there, I might actually just remove all of this section anyway and just preempt a little bit, because there might be problems further along the line anyway. But that's all I've got access to, is that, because that's the only part I can get removed, because these parts went on first and then it's so it's not easy to get into. So that's where we are. That's where we're starting from, right here, right down the bottom. Wish me luck. We could be very in luck. I've got the battery pack on here because it will connect to my little connectors. This is the one that looks like it's shorting because it was laid that way around. The side that it was actually inside this bit there. If it was nipping against any side bit, any exposed part, the actual trunking is exposed. I don't know if you can see that. Can I get in a little bit further? What digital zoom goes silly? Yes. Yeah, right. There, right. So this one here, the one on the side, is exposed. So watch what happens when I do that. So I'm just touching that and then touch the metalwork of that isn't painted. The lights go off. Completely go off. So back on. I'll try that again. It's touching the threads inside. It's all off. That could be a problem. Now, the only solution I can find to that is back to super glue. Is glue the light in place right in there and make sure the cables are bent round. But once the part that goes over the docking latch bit, it is wider, a lot wider on the side. So I think it was definitely crushing into something down here. If that is, that could be lucky. But there's no luck with this build at all. I mean, people will ask me, yeah, it's not, is it worth it? Is it good? Is it whatever? No. Really, no, it's not. So, but that's my point of view as being a little bit bitter over how this is ending up. It should have been, it's embarrassing to be honest, because there's so many people who've actually finished this, and I comment on their videos, they're really good, and they're doing exactly the same as what I'm doing, but it's embarrassing to see that they've finished and done. There's a few which have done this as it's just this, and they've put the battery packs in, everything's great, and I will laugh at them when they've got to change the batteries. I can do this and have a big switch turning everything off, because everything is rigged up to one power supply. Great. So, it should have been easy, but I am 40%, 50%, 80% convinced, I'm not sure, that is the part there. But this just shuts everything off. There was a part which half of the ship was on, so I'm probably guessing it is definitely that board as well. So I'm going to re-tape that up, glue that one into place, and then move the cables around that and that one, and make sure they're out of the way, so then I can put that part back in. But I will be removing this afterwards to just double check the circuit board inside this lot. We have made another breakthrough. I've fixed these. They go out nowhere near the screws. I'm covering that one over. I've already sealed up the cable. I'm very excited, that's all, sorry. Tape over the top so that won't do anything now, and it all flashes, everything's fine. If I go like that, everything flashes, great. However, watch this. Centre board, I can't get the first one because it's underneath here, and I must keep my fingers away from this because I will scratch it because I'm too flipping clumsy. This is the second board, the middle one. Top, as you're seeing, right hand corner. I'm just pushing on the board a little bit. I push on the other one. Nothing. This one, this is the flex in the saucer. This is it, it's coming, and I think it's pushing onto there. So what I'm going to do, I think it might be that screw there. If I remove that one completely, no, there's something short underneath it. It's now fixed. So if I put that screw back in and then push. Yeah, I'm actually pushing the middle now, and that's doing it. So something is shorting against the earth, which this, with the screws being on there and the circuit boards on it, it is definitely the earth. It's the centre one. So I think with the weight, it's gone again. Oh, there we go. I think with this being attached on here, I think the skeleton is just, it's just getting a little bit of flex. It's not taking much of a pressure. But like, forcing it, but it is turning all this off. It doesn't explain why I got one part once when half of this was missing. But definitely sorted a short out. Definitely got another issue. Onwards. Hopefully this is it. One of my solutions going to be is I'm going to take this board out the best I can, but take all 4 screws out. If there's a crack on this board, I'm going to have to get another board, and then it is doable to get this out. Not easy, but maybe it's just no, it's the entire board, isn't it? Yeah, there's a flex in the board. I'm going to put some double-sided pads under there just to hold it in place. All screws out so it's not short into anything. Doesn't have to have an earth on this. There's already power in, power out, and it's perfectly fine. So I think we've got our solution. Now with all those screws out of that centre board, there is definitely no crack on the board. It's definitely shorted out. Yeah. With the screws onto the bodywork, and something's definitely short in with those, so everything else fine. I've also found a light, random light. Can't see where it goes. One there, two there. I think maybe it's just... Actually, it's come from that. Where's the other one go? Underneath. Down here. No. Yes. No. Yes. Okay. So nothing's actually not lit. So could I? No. Could I don't know. When I've done, I'm gonna leave it in the middle. Maybe a little bit will go inside this part here. I don't know. So that's fine. So what I'm gonna do, I've got this tape. I've had this tape forever. It's basically what mechanics use to stick number plates onto vehicles. So I need 2 of these strips because it's self-adhesive, well, it's double-sided adhesive, it's foam, and then it's will just stick itself onto there. But I need to get underneath to try and do that. Now the one way around doing that, I could remove the bridge section, but I think that's a little bit over the top. I think I can get away with cutting a couple of strips and either, yeah, I can get my hand under there and do that. Just put underneath and then just push down, and that will be insulated, isolated. Not going to be a problem. I am really happy now. That was a nightmare to do. Everything's back in place. Nothing moves. Get in. And it's actually secured in. It's not perfectly secured in, but this is never going to move. Yes, it's upside down, but it's in. Bloody in. So we finally got some good news. Right, what I need to do is reassemble and then pray that this actually works. That's the switch that does nothing. That goes... No, that way, that way. Where's that way? Go. No, it goes that way. Of course it does, you fool. So, don't trap any more cables. That goes in that little hole there. There's a little hole there as well, but it doesn't have anything in. Okay, just in case you do it left or right, I don't know. I'm really feeling this now. Feeling like it's either going to be finished or something's majorly going to cock up, and it's frustrating enough for me to be annoyed, but there is no reason why this won't go back together and go onto the star drive and work. I have a really good feeling about this. She's all back together. A couple of these will need a little bit of dab of paint, that's not a problem, but the battery pack's running out. They're running. Yeah, the battery pack's definitely out. I've got the running lights on the back here. I can barely see. That's a red one, that's a green one. Yeah, this is definitely, that's the battery pack. Don't worry about that. This is actually together and working. Right, all I need to do is put this on the... This is where it all goes wrong. On the secondary hull, wire up, and put the sticker on the top. We are ready. The roll is there to hold the saucer when it goes in, just to give me a little bit of support underneath here, because I need to plug these 2 cables in. If that goes wrong, then I'm going to cock up. So, hello saucer, and flip around. I want to put that on here, but not have the number touching anything. So I can get as far back as there. So that's not bad. That holds, and I can remove the entire lot with roll underneath over. Right, so lean that forward, get both cables. Let's turn this on. So we can see running lights. You can see a bit there. We can see running lights, see the neck, see the bodywork. Right, so this should light part up. Again, this is 2 batteries. I doesn't want to push in properly. Right, let's try the other one. It's 2 batteries basically giving you, that clicked nicely. See, the red working, the green, yeah, working. That nicely clicked in place, that one. So that gives both. It gives me 5 volts going into the saucer, which is fine. It also gives me more amps with it being, well, if it was 2 batteries it would give more amps. This it shouldn't. This is the moment of truth, kids. These really do. When we put in those as they were, the crummy running lights, which don't match up with the neck ones, Yeah, that's really doing quite well. Right, so I'm going to lift it up. I've got this side against my belly because I'm not thin, and holding a hand on this side here, threading through the cables. They will not nip under here because this is the here area. So both together as much as possible. This is where it goes wrong. I saw that flicker then. Why has it done it? Why has it done it again? There's definitely... What is going on between this and that? There's a short between when it attaches to the bodywork on here. So there's an incompatibility between this and this. What the hell is going on? I don't think it's the cables, definitely not the cables. But it's definitely when the metals touch together. See, I've got the front end on now, but the back end isn't. There's definitely something somewhere that's doing this wrong. Right, before I melt anything, I need to take that off and rethink my life. Just checking the numbers underneath in the right place, which is good. What the hell is wrong with this? What can I do? So with things fixed that were, the only solution I can think is, and I've noticed something as well, the docking latches when they go in, I can see yellow in there. So I think once this is going in, I think something is maybe shorting out. Look at the damage on here already. Look at this is covered over. I mean, maybe that's the... No, can't be. All I can think is I've got to strip this down to see if that cable, the yellow cable, I can definitely see. I don't know if you can get in there at all. Let me get that straight. No, I can't see it. I definitely saw yellow in there. Let's get a torch. Sorry for the camera work. This is... I thought I saw yellow in this one. I think these... Oh, is that it? Nope, that's it for the torch. It's gone. I think I'm going to redo them because something ain't right at all. Well, there's a lot not right, to be honest. So, it is slowly dawning on me on something. The circuit board's here for that one. If it's another one of those problems, I'll tape it in and get rid of the screws. However, what's bang below it? It's these. Both docking latches are bang the other side of the chuffing circuit board. That has to be doing something, or I've caught something underneath there by putting those plastic bits in. But these two are there, and probably there without anything behind it. So I'm going to take off this side. These are only problems to take off, and plus a couple of these actually glued in place. So yeah, my own stupidity really. Right, so this side's take off and see what exactly is wrong with the circuit board. Like I say, worst case, take all 4 screws off and make sure it's not shorting to board, which I think it probably is. See anything interesting? The cells are on, back end's on, the neck's on, you can see the lights around here, and the whole of the saucer is finally... I can't show you because from here to the camera there's probably about just over a foot. It's finally working. I had the neck to pieces and rewired a little bit in there. There's a couple of bits that were squashed in, but I'm not quite sure what the issue was. So I've put the neck back on, with it being as better, back onto the saucer and plugged in. Everything worked. Same again, put the neck onto the secondary hole, everything seemed to work. It's just when the saucer goes in, there's something definitely not in the right place here. And I don't know exactly what it is, but at the present moment, everything's working. So I think we're almost done. What I need to do now, while we are like this, oh, it's quite a pain in the arse. I think there's something wrong with the neck section, and it's definitely not me, it's an Eaglemoss fault. There's something there when the pressure is, because I've got the blue roll underneath the, holding this up straight, is I'm going to put these, glue these in place, use hot glue. I can use hot glue on either side, because these rolling pins, they're icing rolling pins, they're just metal, plastic dowels really. And I put them either side of underneath here and in the corners of the cutting board, which is bang below here, which you can see over here, is down there. Yeah. So, all being well, those dowels will hold up, everything's in place, everything's happy, and we can then put the sticker on the front. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. Now, thankfully, with everything done, it's on the rods, it's on the stand, it works. I never thought I'd get this far. I honestly thought I was going to just scrap this and throw it in the bin and re-come back to it in a few years. Decal time. Final decal, final parts of the Enterprise. Everything is done, all the wrong screws have been put in the wrong place. Right, so this goes this way around. It goes, because this is the front of the ship, where the two, over here. Thanks, I'll try and go over a little bit. There we go. The two transport emitters here go up from there to the row of lights and the lifeboats. It needs to go, according to this, between kind of middle here and middle here. So all the way across there. So, as before, get your decal, soak them, soak this first as well. So, with the same water, with this being not a straightforward decal, it's a little bit odd, but just wet the area a little. That's fine. I need to be careful of the lifeboats because it might come off with them. So nice and wet there just to keep it. And I'll keep the cloth a little bit closer just in case I need to do it. Now, I have a bowl of water over there, lukewarm, put this in, take it out. Well, it says 40 seconds, but you can hear it fizzing, weirdly enough. I can hear it fizzing now, it's really weird. So I'm not doing 40 seconds, that's insane. Again, I've got the water there and there's a little bit of PVA in it as well, just to help a little. Just letting it drip dry a minute, and there we go. We're ready for this. We're absolutely ready. This should be the final piece. Is that well, there she goes. So I need the N to be over here. So I'll get to the edge. You can feel the adhesive on the back of it. So does it go there? Never be scared with this. It's fine. It's not a problem. Chris is doing this with his, but he's terrified he's going to do this wrong. Ooh, actually, that doesn't go between the third and the fourth, but it's wider than that. See, they do move. So I need to go lower, because the Enterprise is over the windows. Is the T in the centre? I should really have done a little bit of a thing on it. And the T's off to the left a little bit. So it's almost on line with the lifeboats. And I apologise again that I can't show you everything on this. I'm going above. You know what? It's not bad. I mean, they've got the eye, according to this, eye where the join is, and the dot where that is. But I'm trying to get the 1701 to be in the centre. A tiny bit over. I'm trying to follow the curve round. There. Okay. So I'm holding this end because it has got the letters on a piece of vinyl, sort of. So I'm just smoothing out with a wet cloth any of the air bubbles that are underneath. Just trying to do it around where the actual letters and numbers are, just to smooth in. Hold it aside. Just smooth them out, being delicate. I know I've had a few days worth of this being an absolute nightmare for me, but a bit of pressure, rolling pressure will be fine. Squeeze some out. Now, you've already seen me take off Isn't that right? The one in the slot bang in the middle? Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Is that straight? It looks level enough to me. Tiny bit over on this, tiny bit over on that. It goes up there but doesn't go through the windows. Once that is dry tomorrow, and to be honest, this is Saturday and I am going to release the video tomorrow anyway, so I'm going to peel that off on my own. All these letters should be in place. See, I've got the pegs underneath, and I will show you, because I'm going to put this in the display case now, get her all ready, get her all powered up, and I will peel that off at my own leisure. So anybody into ASMR and stuff like that, ridiculous really. So that is the Enterprise D. Not finished yet. I have a little bit extra. Now, anybody know what this is? Dan? Right, here is Dan's final contribution to the Enterprise D, and I've been begging him for this for a long, long time. If anybody knows what it is now, please. Yes? No? I've asked him to print off in decals them. Now you can see where they go on one of them, right here. They're meant to be similar to, oh, I can't do anything without that in the way, so I'll push over that out there. Similar to the nacelles, the black parts over here, like recessed areas. They never put them on them, never. And it's the weirdest thing that they've not done. Here you can see both now. So these are not straight. These need cutting out each one and sticking into place. So yeah, simple enough. Go there, there, there. Actually, I've already marked off. You can see really carefully some paper, some pencil on there. I tried doing that with, but it doesn't seem to work. But at least they're in the right place, and then to match as well on the other side. So while that's nicely drying, and this is here, I need to cut these out as close as possible. He's given me 5. We need 2, because I don't think the underside did have any. Either way, I'm going to be careful. So I need to cut some out with some small scissors and nearly finish. Decals finished. There they are. It's the grills that they completely missed. I mean, there's one over here as well, but you can't see it because the camera's too in the way. But we're done. We're finally done. I can't tell you the relief. Alexa, garage off. See, I'm going to be doing that with this anyway. It's already ready and it's already plumbed in. The way these lights just don't. Oh, you can't even see the green one anyway. I'm going to take a load of photos now. A load of video and stuff like that. I'll show you this as I put, well, I'm going to put this in the case first because it's going to be a nightmare to fit in. The case opening, because we've already done a video on that, is actually 1.5 centimetres higher than this. So I did cut down the pipe for the stand. Luckily I did that, otherwise this would not have fitted. So we're done, we're sorted, we're happy. Now I'm going to try and put this in the case without breaking anything. Okay, we're in the case. Are you ready? Here we go. That is it. That is the final piece of the puzzle. That is everything done and sorted, and the lights all work, and the nacelles all work, and the engines all work. I'll take you round now. I've got obviously the light in here from a previous video. If I want to turn that off, I can do by turning the case off, and it just leaves the Galaxy class. Yes, there's gaps. I know there's gaps. I could sort that out by squeezing together, having something in the middle of it and squeeze in. The saucer works. Flashing lights that are all out of sequence. I mean, this is... It's not bad. For what you paid for this, I'm not quite sure. So, reflector on the front. I mean, like I say, part on the labels on the front, the letters on the front, I'm going to do later. Let me just turn the lights back on there. And I can actually see through the top. They will be peeled off tomorrow as the video has been released, so that's just going to be as its own. Now what I need to do now is finish this off a little bit. I have a fleet of shuttlecrafts that I already did a video on, and they're all here. And with this being actually in the middle, I'm going to put this back over here so you can see me doing this. So, we have, I've either got on the front or the sides. I think, can you see that? Is it down there? Yes. So, we have a few shuttles that need sticking back on. I can put them on the base. I can put them on the, because we've got this Galaxy Enterprise there. I've got tons of space to put stuff. Then I'll just do 3 there, 3 there. I could have done more than this, I really could have. And we all know those class of shuttles, this Type 7s. The Shuttlecraft Goddard. Actually, I can put them on the front, can't we? Put the Elbaz and the Aldrin and the smaller shuttle pods. And each one of these were individually numbered, so they're all there, sitting on the base. Cool, cool, cool. So little bits and they're done, and I'm really happy with it. The 2 rods there holding the front end up, because I just didn't like the way that it was leaning far forward. I mean, you've got the part on the back there, the stand, yes. It's the same stand as what we originally had, just cut a lot shorter and put onto a very thick breadboard. Sprayed silver, I think it looks nice. I mean, the other options would have been black, blue, whatever else. I can, as soon as I find the remote control for the case, I can change the colours as much as I want. So I'm going to find the sensor. So I'll go for blue. There we go. Lovely blue there. Bit of green. Sensor's in the far corner over there. Then power light comes in. And I can turn the brightness down a little if I want to. Change the colours. Have them fading it out. It's what you do with the model, I think, is what makes this model. So yes, it is pretty good. It is not worth the effort, I don't think. So I don't think there's a microphone attached to this, so that's good. Yeah. Let's jump it. Oh, there we go. Flashy party time. Now, let's put this back onto purple. That was nice. It's what you do with this which defines the entire model. Yes, it took 3.5 years to complete. Was it worth it? No. Would I do it again? No. Without a shadow of a doubt, no. But I've done extra on this. It's all rigged up to a power supply, which is underneath here, and everything is just straight. I can turn off, on, done. Or I can go onto the app and go for the on the phone, or I can go for the Alexa, case off.
Okay.
So I have control. Alexa, Enterprise off.
Okay.
But it's easier with the app, so I can just turn it back on again. Hooray! And it's well out of focus. So finally it's done. I can see the shine where the label is. Yes, it is going to be peeled off tomorrow. I can get in there and peel and done. So what I need to do now is just clean up inside there a little bit and then put the front on, because I don't want this getting, this is the reason why it's in here, is because it's going to be, yeah, clean. So let me get on with that and then we'll be finally finished. Done. Happy, sorted, done. And I even have the Echo rigged up to it. Alexa, Galaxy off.
Did you mean case?
Oh, I hate this thing. I'll do it on the app. See, it just turns everything off. It's a proper shutdown. There she goes. Working absolutely spot on. Alexa, rear on.
Okay.
I'll just turn the lights on in here. I also have, with this being a box original, if you go to box.com, they will do your custom made box, if you want the dimensions of this. I think I might have told somebody once, I don't know, but just measure and then get your own. And I've actually got my own custom label here, built by RT Ralph 001 between 2021 and 2024. There's a QR code for, I don't know, just for their website, I think it is. Nothing, anything special or anything. So yeah, we have tons of shuttles, the Justman, the Bearman, the Goddard, Hawking over there, and Galileo, all sorts of shuttles and shuttle pods. I could have done more with this. Could have done a lot more, but it's good as it is. So I'm quite happy with this. I'm really happy that it's finally done and sorted, and I'm more than pleased with it. Cool. If you want to do this yourself, Fanhome are actually restarting this, and you can buy this from the start. I'd probably recommend, if you ever did this, is maybe do 3 or 4 subscriptions and start off at number 1 on one subscription, start off at number 8, let's say, and then number, I don't know, 15, and then just do, if you can afford it, get it done a lot quicker. But you can't really do 1, 2, 3, 4 without jumping, well, keeping it in sequence anyway. It is a good build. It's just, the thing with it is you've got to be patient, and you've got to know where the joins and where the light leaks are going to come from. And the surprises too. Yeah. So with that in mind, thank you for watching. I'd like to thank Dan from Dan's Model Universe, the DMU, for helping out with a lot of things with this, with the nacelles, with more than one part of the nacelles. I'd like to thank Chris Downs for his advice and help over this. I'd like to thank Eaglemoss for starting this and Fanhome for finishing this. Oh, I just figured out what that actual spare LED was. Oh, because one of these vents on the either side of the bridge, the 3 lines, well, the 4 lines there, one lit up, one didn't. Of course it was. I just dumped the LED back inside. Yes, so if you watched that from earlier, then fine. Yeah. There's crap on the... I really do need to clean this better, but hey-ho. Yeah, I'd like to thank anybody and everybody for watching, helping out as best you can with some likes, with the shares, with the subscribing to the channel. It's... And the L-cars on the back. I really do like that L-cars. That was an expensive L-cars, but, well, worth it. It's exactly the right size, height. Actually, that's not bad positioning for it. Yeah, cool. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching, liking and subscribing. And we've got more projects coming soon, and I hope you'll like them, because yeah, this has been an absolute labour of love and an absolute nightmare to do. I love the little arboretum on the back of there. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye bye for now, and thank you again. Just one final part for the very end of the video. This is the extra parts we get. This is how many spare parts you get. Screws, windows, lifeboats. These were bought extra. More windows, a couple of screwdrivers, battery pack, some other bits. I have underneath here some spare parts anyway. So there's a bridge, and there's a half of a nacelle and some other panels and stuff. So it's, yeah, it's good to have. And all this lot is going to go in one little box, because that's that finished.